Hey everybody, Daniel here, and welcome to my Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald spoiler review. I'm a little bit under the weather, with the nose congestion, or I don't even, chest hurting and coughing up stuff, and it's not looking good. But last night I was fortunate enough to see The Crimes of Grindelwald. I'm a big fan of the first Fantastic Beasts. I never thought when it was coming out, I really thought to myself, like, man, this is that Harry Potter prequel thingy. I'm not a big fan of Harry Potter. I saw the last film in theaters. My cousins were big Harry Potter fans, but me, I was the Star Trek and Star Wars kid. I was never, I just never gave it a try as much. When I was a kid, I should have gave it a try more than I just never gave it the full push. I probably would have loved them. If I gave them the full exact time that they deserve. But either way, Fantastic Beasts was my first full introduction, and Fantastic Beasts made me want to go see the Harry Potter all over again, because I have seen them, just not religiously to where I know, oh my God, Harry Potter, enough to full beginning to end. So with that, this is the sequel. It's in Paris. Newt Scamander's back. Spoilers. Again, if you don't read the title, spoilers. If you have not seen The Crimes of Grindelwald, I know it's not out for everybody, but if you have not seen it, wait, go watch the film, and then come back and watch this review, because I'm not scripted right now. I don't know what I'm going to talk about with this film. I'm just going to go ahead and go off the deep end and talk about it. Eddie Redmayne returns. Catherine Waterston, which a lot of people already know. You know how I do with Catherine Waterston. It's not a really good angle to show you guys, but it looks great in person. It's the angle. It never looks good with the angle on a camera. That looks really shitty right now, but it looks good in person. Catherine Waterston, Tina Goldstein, but that was more of her Alien Covenant. The only actress I have tattooed on me right now. She is beautiful and amazing. I got that earlier this year. Anyway, Queenie's back. Dan Fogler's back. I'm just going to go ahead and rush into this because I'm taking too long to set up this anyway. So, first off, Jude Law is in here. Johnny Depp returns as Grindelwald. Great cast, honestly. A really, really, really good cast, and it's great to have the people back from the first one. But I'm going to say right now that this did not live up to its hype. The Crimes of Grindelwald does not live up to its predecessor. It really doesn't. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them has a lot of heart and soul. It has a lot of family-friendly magic in it. It has a lot of just good and great vibrations and vibes coming your way. And then The Crimes of Grindelwald, it kind of loses its heart and soul. There's still some heart and soul in there, but it's not as present and in your face as in the first movie does. And it kind of lost its magic. It loses what made Fantastic Beasts 1 great, kind of make this kind of mediocre in a sense. Which I hate to say this because I really wanted to love this film walking out. And when I walked out, I kind of just said, well, mind you, I was high while watching the film, and I was half asleep while watching this film. So mind you on that. But, it did kind of enhance the experience, though, being high. Some of the effects, though, it really, kind of gets you there. But I really enjoyed, or what am I trying to say? I didn't really enjoy most of the CGI work. It's 50-50 for me, and also with Johnny Depp on Grindelwald, it's 50-50. Part of me loves it, part of me don't like it. There's some great effects in here and some really good effects. I did not see it in IMAX. Part of me wants to go see it in IMAX, but I ain't gonna go do it. But maybe you have the chance to go see it in IMAX for the first time. But I would take that risk. If you're a Fantastic Beasts fan, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you're going to go see this film regardless of the reviews. Regardless. If you're not a Fantastic Beasts fan, go see the first one. Go see the first one, and if you enjoy the first one, then go see the second one in theaters. If not, go see some other film for the holiday season, The Grinch or Instant Family or something else besides Fantastic Beasts. Excuse me. So, Ezra Miller returns as well in this film as Credence. Now, the opening scene, Dumbledore, his escape. I do love the whole look and the aesthetic towards Johnny Depp's look and the costume. Parts of me, it just felt so cliche. Part of me doesn't know much about Grindelwald. So it was very interesting to see this man, and it's really just, it's Johnny Depp being Johnny Depp. Let's be honest about it. You could still just see Johnny Depp under the makeup. You could still see he's the same guy as he is in the past 10 films he's done. So that was kind of a little sad to see. I didn't really feel fully immersed every time with it. Jude Law as Dumbledore only gets 7 minutes of screen time, but I thought he did a good job for the scenes that he was in. He's a very charismatic guy, very charming guy. I thought that Eddie Redmayne in here, I thought that Eddie Redmayne kind of lost his flavor. he kind of lost his flavor in a sense where he wasn't as enjoyable and as lovable as the first Fantastic Beast. He's in here and more annoying. I think what made it more annoying was his brother storyline. That whole storyline with his brother, that was just, I didn't care for it. I thought the brother was a douche. He was a dick. I didn't care. I did not care for his brother's scenes whatsoever, and I thought that's where it really dragged on over the 2 hours and 13 minutes that this film is. There's a lot of dragging scenes, because when I was sitting down and watching the film, I was like, okay, this could either be 2 hours of fun or 2 hours of boring, but mixed with fun. And it was more mixed with fun than anything, but there was still that boredom and scenes with characters that I'm just not big fans of. Dan Fogler as the baker, at least I like to say the baker, him and Queenie. Queenie had him under the spell and stuff. Right when Dan Fogler got there, the comedic lines that he was putting out was so funny. And it was great to see him back on screen. But it wears off after kind of like a spell. It just wore off after a while. And the jokes got old, and the way he's acted and this and that. So there were little scenes here and there that I really appreciated and enjoyed, and then it just got old. It kept going on for too long, certain single scenes. Queenie was more dumb than the first film in this one. I remember she was not that bright, but also I felt like the acting for the actress got a little bit more down too. I don't know. Maybe that's just Queenie. That could just be the way Queenie is, but some of the acting was just not like... I'm not an acting coach, obviously, but it felt like it was half-assed, or it could have been done better. What I really love is Newt and Tina, and kind of his love for Tina, even though it felt like Newt was in love with like 3 different girls in this entire film. That's how it, from my point of view of watching the film, because multiple reasons. But Tina, that love and the thing that he feels for her, I think, even though, I'd love to be in his shoes, but either way, that's cool. He likes her, so can't do nothing about it. They're fictional, fictional characters. So, what are you gonna do about it? I'm trying to think of stuff really to... Because that's the thing, I saw it last night, and I don't know really what am I thinking about the film. What else is there to think about? What's there to spoil about it? They fight Grindelwald at the end, but I guess he turns into a dragon, flaming dragon, which was cool. Some of the CGI effects looked really cool in it, but so much happened in that scene where I couldn't even tell... Mostly, I didn't even know that was going to be the final battle. It didn't feel like a final battle. I literally thought, they're fighting Grindelwald now, and then he's going to come back in like 15 minutes, and they're going to go after him and fight him. Nope, that's the end of the film. They enclose him in a building, and then he escapes. Like, I don't... I don't get it with that whole. It jumps around in layers. There's a lot of layers to this film that are not baked properly. A lot of cake layers that are not baked properly in here. A lot of stuff's a letdown. Again, it lost its heart and soul of what made the first Fantastic Beasts great. It doesn't live up to its predecessor. It's not a horrible film. It's still enjoyable to a degree. The returning characters, and if you love these characters from the first film, you still enjoy them in here, but just not as much. It kind of feels like everybody's been downgraded or watered down in a sense. 50-50 again with the effects and the CGI. Some are very stunning and some are just not. Really cool with a lot of the creatures that come by, and the Nifflers and other things, and some of the newly designed creatures. Super, super cute. But it just feels like this whole movie's a filler. And I'm still trying to think of other things to spoil. I mean, Grindelwald at the end escaping. Credence is Dumbledore's brother, I guess is what they're making it. If I'm hearing right, Credence is Dumbledore's brother. I know that's a big jaw dropper. People in the theater who were like, oh my god. Like, oh. On the other hand, I've noticed I've been a little bit negative mostly. And nothing that I've hated about this film. It's not like I'm saying this is the worst film out of the year. It's going to be on the top 10 worst films out of the year. Nothing like that. It wasn't that horrible. It just didn't live up to the hype and to its predecessor. And I enjoy the first film more than I enjoy this one. That's just the way it is, and that's the way I feel. That's maybe you love this film more than the first one, and that is great for you, and I'm glad you do. But this film definitely has its problems. It's just messy. It's all over the place. It's a little sloppy. The characters feel watered down. It just lost its magic from the first film that should have been a continuous feeling. And now I don't know how they're going to do it with the third and fourth and fifth film that they want to make. Hopefully the third one could be a big rise up again, and they bring back the love that I had for the first one. But this is a film I do need to watch again. Credence has one of the best scenes in there, Ezra Miller, when the guy, that agent guy, is running after him and he's trying to find him, that Grindelwald guy, and next thing you know, he's in a bubble, an energy bubble or whatever, and then Credence just kind of becomes that monster that he is because he's trying to find out what he is, and he's going back and forth and trying to break down that Grindelwald guy's shield mechanism. And I think that is one of the best scenes out of the effects and one of the most intense scenes out of the movie itself. Now, I do gotta say that the opening scene with Grindelwald escaping, I thought it was just a little, I don't know if Grindelwald's a little cheesy. I don't know if he's that type of funny, cliche villain. But just the way he was kind of looking in the window and stuff, I don't know whether that's a Johnny Depp move or if that's a director move to make him do that. Grindelwald definitely showed his colors. Like, he is a evil son of a bitch. He is pure evil. He does not have a good bone in his body. And then, mind you, yeah, at the end, Dumbledore, he has that thing where they put their two hands together and they mix their blood, and it's in that little thing there. So he's going to try to destroy it so he could fight Grindelwald. That's basically what the whole film was about, trying to it's a whole filler. It really is. The whole movie's a filler just to set up more story for the third and fourth one. It doesn't really stand on its two legs as it should be. A lot of it felt, and I think I said this in my review, on my Facebook review, it feels kind of like The Last Jedi. It's not even close to as being as bad as The Last Jedi. It's not. But it literally feels like almost most of this film dealing with Tina, and I hate to say this, but with Tina and all the others, it's like that casino scene from The Last Jedi, like going to finding Benicio del Toro, the code breaker and stuff like that. So most of this film feels like. It just feels like it's avoiding the main plot, and it's just making up side stories and this and that, and dragging it along the way for what reason, I don't know. I'm still trying to. I know this is a spoiler review, and I'm trying. It would be great with multiple people to talk about it, but what else is there really to talk about? Grindelwald escaped. Grindelwald got fought. Grindelwald's still alive. Dumbledore barely did shit because he can't do much. He's only in there for 7 minutes. It's a fun time, but I'm not saying you're going to be smiling every single second of the film. I definitely wasn't. When Tina was on the screen, I was smiling every second. Queenie becomes bad. Queenie is under the lights and under the influence and spell of Grindelwald. I literally thought they were going to kill her when she went into the blue flame. I thought, this is it. Queenie's going to die. It's going to be so shitty if she dies because it makes no sense to kill her off right now in the second film. So I'm glad she's alive. We'll get Queenie back. I'm glad that Dan Fogler's character, the baker, that his mind's back. For the most part, excuse me. The old guy barely came out though, but the one where he's like, "Oh, you don't look a day over 375." That one, my friend said that he was a part in Harry Potter, or at least the name was mentioned. He was like the stone creator, or something like that. Either way, that was cool. A lot of characters just had small moments. There was that girl who turned into a snake. That was a cool transformation of her turning into a snake. But not much not much was given after that. A lot of the set design, the production, the physical actual set pieces. I'm a big nerd for little just production design. Not that I'd want to do it myself. It's a lot of work, but a big nerd of this. That's what really caught my eye in the first Fantastic Beasts, was the set design and the look and being transported into the time and era and the costumes. And it still works here. The costumes, the era, the look, the hairstyles, everything is still so beautiful. Everything is still on point. It's just all downgraded a little bit more for my blood in this film. Personally, I think on my full review, I gave it a 7.4 out of a 10, or a 7.3 out of a 10. I think I gave it a 7.4 out of a 10. In total, I gave it a C+. It is a okay sequel. It's a bit of a letdown. It's not as great as I thought it would be. Even the trailers make it look out to be really super amazing. Then it just ended up to be just kind of I do need to see it again. It's going to be a long 2 hours still, because there's still going to be scenes that drag on. Drag on. Sounds like something Game of Thronesy. But I don't know. It's it's up for you guys to decide, really, what your opinions on it. I've kind of given you everything that I really need to talk about it. Otherwise, this video would be like a 40-minute video. I don't hate it. Again, I think if you're a Fantastic Beasts fan or Harry Potter fan, you're going to end up watching this in theaters either way. If you're not a Harry Potter or Fantastic Beasts fan, you have not seen the first Fantastic Beasts, I would not recommend going to go watch this film in a sense like, I've never seen Fantastic Beasts, but I'm going to watch it anyway. Here it is. Go see the first one first. Go rent it or bum it from somebody. See if you like it, and then go see it in theaters if you enjoy the second one. I mean, the first one. A lot of it just felt a little, it was messy. It was a messy bowl of soup, and it's all over the damn kitchen floor, is what it is. I really hope within the next 3 or 4 years, when we get more news and more film on the third one, that'll be a lot more better, a lot more focused, a lot more everything. Because I guess you could tell maybe that it was all supposed to be a trilogy, but since J.K. Rowling wants to do 5... J.K. Rowling, I mean, now that she wants to do 5 of them, you could tell that they just kind of extended even more. They just extended it all, Instead of something that was supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 3 pieces, done. Trilogy, done. Nope. They'd stretch it out. We're going to make this one a filler, and then the third one's going to be a main story, and then the fourth one's going to be filler, and then the fifth one's going to be the main story. You can kind of tell where they're going at this. Maybe or maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong. To them, this could be like, this is all about the main story, but really, to my eyes, all it is just subplot, Grindelwald being evil, which, mind you, that scene at the end with the whole fire again with Grindelwald, but when he was talking to his followers and stuff like that, that was intense. That was a good scene with Grindelwald. Like, Johnny Depp shines on in that scene. How he could not sense that they were there in the crowd, like maybe he did, but how he could, he's a very powerful wizard, probably the most powerful wizard in the universe. So it was interesting to see him do all that stuff there. Other than that, that is kind of my review for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. There's not really much to talk about. Sorry if I've disappointed anybody for the past 25 minutes, but there ain't really much to talk about besides the things I already said. I gave you my opinions on it. I don't know. There needs to be more. There needs to be more. And it just felt like this film was lacking at a pacer test. A pacer test where, back and forth and back and forth. This was just lagging behind. And I'll say it again. It's not a horrible film. I think it's mostly mediocre. But I'm going to buy it on Blu-ray still. I'm still going to, because I think there's more. I want to see deleted scenes. I want to see alternate scenes. I want to see more extended things. I love to see all that, and I love to see the making behind it, and I'm still very interested in behind the scenes of the Crimes of Grindelwald, and there's still work put into it. A lot of love to the actual supervisors and the CGI editors and yada yada yada, marketing team, because this film's still going to make money at the box office. It's still going to be #1 at the box office. So either way, mind you, my people are still going to go see it, and I'm not stopping you to go see it. If you want to go see it, go see it. It's not that bad of a film to go watch, but I definitely wouldn't pay super expensive if you weren't a big Fantastic Beasts fan. Either way, I'm taking forever. Crimes of Grindelwald, it's a mediocre film. It's alright. It's not great. It's not that good. It's not that bad. It's just right there in the middle where it's like, I saw it. I was enjoyed. I was entertained for parts of it, but I wasn't as enjoyed and invested and immersed as I was in the first Fantastic Beast. I'm hoping the next one will be even more immersive than the first one, and then definitely than this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, and hit that subscribe button. Or don't do that. You don't have to. I do game reviews, movie reviews, and TV show reviews every now and then, so you guys could check that out as more comes along the way. I'll be seeing you guys later. Take care of yourself. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a great Christmas. Happy holidays. Till next time. Bye-bye.